Hey there. I'm sitting here like contemplating because I'm thinking about streaming YouTube as well, but I don't think I can play music over there. That kind of sucks. I'm good. How are you? Hey, Rising Roots. I feel like it's kind of dark in here. This is early for me going live. Hold on. I don't know if I like this angle for well, Rising Roots, first of all, I don't like the lighting on YouTube. And then the other thing I was thinking is that I probably should not stream over there unless I'm not going to use music. Because I have a feeling that if I use music, they're going to put a restriction. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. A little. The kitchen vibe was smooth. Well, I can turn it that way. I do like the kitchen vibe better. That's funny. Yeah, I like the kitchen vibe better. I had changed it because I can only go live on YouTube from my laptop. So that was the reason for me switching up. Hold on a second, y'all. I think I might stop the stream on YouTube. Sorry, I lost some viewers. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. My feeling is less is more. I don't like a bunch. It may look kind of cluttered back there, but it's really like not cluttered at all. I condensed furniture a couple times, but I like very little clutter. Okay, so I think I'm gonna end the stream on YouTube. I'm not feeling that at all. All right. If hey, Eternal Life, if you have a question, let me know in the chat that you have a question, and then I'll address it. Just please don't put your question in the chat until I've acknowledged. I've acknowledged. Giving all honor and praise to the Most High. Higher self, spirit, angels, archangels, spirit guides, ancestors, and helpers of the highest light and vibration. I thank you for your protection. I thank you for your guidance, for your wisdom. Gods and goddesses, always be with me. Always allow my humanness to be set aside as I do the work of the divine. Well, y'all know what I mean. The ego part of my humanness, or balance. Please keep my ego in balance. Please allow me to drop down into my heart space at all times. I thank you for your love. Does anyone have what does reading energy tell you about someone? It can tell you a lot of things. It can tell you what the person is here for in this lifetime, what the person has done in previous lifetimes. Where you are on your healing journey, where you need to go, the adjustments you need to make. Like the whole concept of energy never dies is real. Energy cannot be destroyed. It was created from source, but it can never be destroyed. You carry the same energy in your current vessel that has been in every other vessel since you started incarnating. And so that's why you have, yes, you can ask your question. Vivi, is it Vivi? I don't want to say your name wrong. Um, but that's why you carry memories from lifetime to lifetime. I don't like for people to just put your question in the comment. Please ask if you can have the question answered, and then I'll address it. That's okay. I'm waiting for Vivi right now. I feel like I'm all up in the camera. I might not, Rising Roots, can you pin her question when she's ready? Because the questions are kind of collapsing. I know I can make it on my whole screen. Okay, how does my ex feel about me, and does he still think about me? Okay. Higher self, spirit. What does Vivi need to know about her ex? So, um, this may be a little bit too personal, but did he ever express struggling with his sexuality? Okay. Um, from what they're showing me, if you're saying he's very straight, let me make sure I'm reading the correct energy. Higher self, spirit. Please make sure that I'm reading the energy for Vivi and Vivi only. Can you give me an initial for your ex just to make sure that I'm reading the correct energy? Um, can you show me what I need to know about her ex? L, and letter L. Please streamline the energy for me so that I can make sure that I'm focusing on one person. Okay, so when I say struggling with sexuality, that doesn't necessarily mean that this person desires to be gay or anything like that. There are a lot of situations where men have been molested or somehow taken advantage of. But if you don't know that about him, then I'm going to just leave that alone. But what I will say is that the energy is that he's just like kind of by himself, in kind of a depressive state almost. The energy is internal struggle. So does that resonate at all as far as the things that you all had to deal with within the relationship? Because it's like a real internal struggle, but it's not. Yes, he's not good at handling emotions. And I will say that when men especially have been taken advantage of, whether they want to talk about it or not, that sometimes increases their sensitivity about emotions. And the reason why I say that is because they're fighting against the violation and how that made them feel, and it may have made them feel more feminine. And so anytime, he's never told me about that, but I know he has issues when it comes to girls. Okay, so I'm just saying, and I'm not even gonna say that specifically that's what's happening if you can't confirm that. But right now I'm just speaking in general, that when a young person especially has that kind of violation, whether they speak on it or not, is a situation where they're struggling with like being masculine. It's kind of hard for me to articulate, because it's like when someone violates you against your will, it almost takes away a part of your identity, not literally, but to the person. And so I'm not going to say that that's exactly what has happened to him, but something has happened to him to create an environment where he has a lot of internal struggles. And so there's not really a whole lot that anyone else outside of him can do, especially like in a relationship scenario. So like your spirit guides are almost kind of like, why do you want to know what he's thinking or how he feels? Because it's not a situation where they feel like it's a viable thing for you to revisit. maybe for your comfort and for your closure with the situation, you needed to know that he has internal struggles that goes way beyond you. And so maybe that can help you with the situation. And again, I'm not trying to put anything on him that has not been confirmed. And it may not be that specifically, but there was some kind of, the energy that I get from it is that there was some kind of trauma that he struggles with internally. And so it's one of those things that if he's not going to address it, then he's not going to be in a position to be able to have a relationship with anyone. Hey, Dollface. Okay, you just been thinking about him recently. And I mean, I don't get the energy that part of his sadness is because of you. Like, I'm sure that the sadness, part of the sadness is because of you. I think that that's the reason why they showed me that. And, but it's like the person just can't get it together. And so that's why I'm saying there's like an internal battle, because the person just, it's like they have to get it together for themselves on their own. And he's going through some internal battles with it. So I hope that helps. Just curious, when you said that he has trouble with girls, what does that mean? Or you just mean like has trouble in relationships? Trust issues, okay. Yeah, trust issues definitely are connected to a violation. Yeah, but like trust issues in general are definitely connected to being I mean it could definitely be connected to being cheated on by other females, but I know I have trust issues and it has less to do with me being cheated on. It has more to do with like what actually is tied to my self-worth. Truly. If we really gonna be honest about it. My trust issues are tied to my self-worth. And that came straight from spirit for me. Right, I know he's very insecure, so I'm not surprised. Yeah. Yeah. But I hope that helped you. Okay, Dollface, well, I'll be getting into my own place soon. Higher self spirit, please tell me what Dollface needs to know about getting into her own place. Dollface, were you looking into like manufactured homes? I don't know why they're showing me that. Oh, is Dollface still here? I was answering her question. Okay, Dollface, you saying yes once that you were looking into manufactured homes? Okay. So I would say that's a yes because they showed me a manufactured home. Um, I don't know if I would buy a manufactured home, but only because of like the resale value. So I don't know if that's where you were going with it as far as purchasing, but maybe renting. Okay, Dollface, I hope that helps you. Okay, you what? Okay. Yeah, but they did show me a manufactured home. All right. So should Mia break up with Jalen? All right. So what does Mia need to know about Jalen? Mia, did I answer this question for you before? I feel like I'm having a Tom, not the TikTok house. I feel like I've addressed this Jalen person. No? Okay. Higher self, what does Mia need to know about Jalen? The images that they're showing me is like him being a very hard worker. Like they're just showing him going to work. Um, does that resonate at all? True, he's at work right now. I don't get any bad vibes from him as far as whether you should break up with him. I mean, like I'm getting the energy that he's a hard worker. He may be a little flirtatious, but like not like I don't get the energy that he's cheating or like creating havoc and stuff like that. Does that resonate for you? He's a very talented art. Oh, but betrayed you. Oh, he did cheat. He is very flirty. I may be too possessive, but he did cheat. I consider talking to other girls flirty as cheating. Child. Is that what you consider betrayal and cheating? Is him being flirty? Oh. If you don't like that of our relationship, I'll say this. I love your point of view. Okay, I would say this. If that's not what you're okay with, then yes, you should break up with him. Because they did show me like the energy of being flirtatious, like not actually doing a whole lot of following through, but just the action of being flirtatious can potentially lead to other things if he's consistently doing that, and if there is a woman who becomes, you know, determined that she's going to get him, that could be a real problem. Feels like soul ties, sadly hard to walk away. Well, you know, like you really just have to make a decision about what you can and can't put up with. I didn't get cheating, but if you feel like being flirty is equivalent to cheating, that's different. I will say that it can lead to some other things. Very torn personally, yeah. Yeah. And honestly, just, you know, if as so I will say this, it's kind of like a sticky situation, because if you all got together based on him being flirty, charismatic, personable, that's what you liked about him. And so it's kind of like, well, you met me like this. He started going to therapy. That's why I'm on the fence, but this legit the second time. I would say that's major if he's going to therapy about it. But, you know, like if you met him in a certain energy and that is what you liked, it's kind of like, you met me like this, so why are you trying to change me type thing. But to be honest, you're spot on with that. Okay. Yeah, I would kind of be torn too, to be honest with you, because like they're showing me him going to work, being a hard worker, but then he's got this little flaw, like this little red flag of flirtatiousness. But I think that I would give him an opportunity to go through therapy if he actually went that far, because there's not many men that would A, acknowledge that it's an issue, and B, go to therapy. I mean, what I was getting ready to say is that if he really loves you and cares about you and knows that that's something that bothers you, and it's not something that like he needs for work, it's not something that makes him money, it's not something that does anything but boost his ego, and he's willing to, you know, look into that in therapy, I think it would be, you know, my feeling is it would be worth it to give him an opportunity. His other exes just walked away, and I'm a fixer, so Lily, I feel he doesn't respect me as much. I get that totally. Um, Definitely don't sacrifice yourself and your mental and emotional well-being for his, like whatever he wants to do. Definitely don't do that. Um, but I would say that if he's taking active steps to improve the situation, then it could be worth giving him a little more time. But just monitor your own personal well being and prioritize your mental and emotional well being. Um, this may be an opportunity for you to look at some things about yourself and work on some things about yourself. Um, that's what Spirit is saying. So I would encourage you to do some introspection. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Yes, true. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you for the follow. Is it Zahir? You can ask your question. Is your mom's energy around the altar? I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer that the answer would be yes, but I'll see if Spirit has anything else to add. Can you tell me, Spirit, what does Zahir need to know about his mother's spirit and his altar? Buka. I'm getting this something about the sun. So, like, the first feeling I got was the altar being in the sunlight or maybe moving it so that it gets sunlight. And then the other feeling I was getting was about sunflowers. So let me know if any of that resonates. No problem. Oh my God, I was thinking of putting a flower on the altar today, and I may need to move it. Okay. Yeah, I feel like she's definitely indicating that she is near the altar, and did she like the sun when she was alive? Oh, you never met her, so I want to get closer to her. Okay. Oh. Well, she's definitely indicating that she's near your altar and to give it some sun and a flower. And maybe a sunflower. Maybe she liked sunflowers. Look. Oh, you're welcome. Did anyone else want to ask a question? Bubby, you're so funny. My cash app is Return of the Jedi. It's the same as my name on here. Thank you. Bubby. Did anyone else want to ask a question? How can I say who's up here? Oh, okay. Look, I'm starting to learn little tricks to the trade. Shanley. Right. Shanley, did you have a question you wanted to ask me? I'm not, because I asked that people just ask to ask a question before you just post a question. Oh, thank you. Oh my God. Look at the little baby. You're welcome, Zahir. Hey, he act like it, but he's not. He being a big baby. Do you be a baby? You being a baby, do you? You being a baby? He being a big baby. A sheepoo. He's got his hair cut, but he normally gets curly like a poodle. So he got the Shih Tzu face and the toy poodle and the toy poodle hair. Say thank you, Miss Bree. Say thank you, Bree. Okay, we love you. We love you. We love you. If you have a question, let me know that you want your question answered. If not, if nobody has a question, I can do a little collective action. Oh my God. So, Brie, well, I move where I want to. Higher self, spirit, please let me know what Brie needs to know about moving. Well, this card was not like, so I was getting ready to pull these cards out of the box, and this was the card that was on top. It wasn't even in the deck. So I would say this is a yes, and the divine is involved and assisting you. Yes, the rising roots. What is your question, Mom? Yeah, I like this card too. I like the fact that she has a tattoo and rings. Brighter days. I want some rings like that. I'm getting prosperity. Oh, you have a tattoo there too. Okay, well, that's your answer right there. And that was the only card outside of that box. I feel like you are a very powerful manifester. Hi, Leah. You have a sound healing Reiki event on 5/18 with the organization Life After Prison. Okay, so the divine is saying they are supporting you in those manifestations. Dude, I see it going very well. I'm going to discuss healing and do it with Reiki. Alright, higher self, spirit, what does Rising Roots need to know about her Reiki event? I'm seeing it going very well, and I'm seeing one person in particular that that may remind you of your brother, or may have like a similar story. So these three cards came out, and I feel like this is, you're moving from this, you're moving out of this energy into heart healing energy, into this empowered energy. And like, so this definitely says to me healing, because these are, you know, beams of light from the divine going into the heart, sealing whatever was hurt. And so like coming out of this dissatisfied, tired of fighting energy, moving into this healing energy, coming out into this triumphant energy. Yes, I love it too. Very nice, very beautiful illustration. And this is the Hermit. Like, I have my own interpretation of the tarot, so like I'm really not a tarot girly. But this is my, I would say this is my intuitive interpretation. So like, don't judge me if you go strictly by the book when it comes to tarot. Okay, that's great. That sounds like a really nice organization. And especially if they would invite you to be there, then they, you know, they think that holistic healing is an important part of life after lockup. I like it. I like it a lot. Breed, honey, these tarot women, these tarot folks will come for me. You hear me? Look, don't come for me. I'm still learning, but I also have my own interpretation, so don't come for me. It's just like the Bible. Every pastor got their own interpretation. Don't come for me. Okay. They be out of control. What's out here? What do I need to know from my higher self? Higher self. Spirit, what does I hear needs to know from his higher self? So the image that I'm getting is like you having a tower moment. Yes, the tarot police. Shit. I ain't got time. Look, I am the tarot. I see like having a tower moment. The first thing that I heard was breaking down walls. So like whatever tower moment you went through recently, it was like a tearing down of a wall. So, you know, like people are scared of tower moments. Hi, Tasha. People get scared of tower moments, but tower moments are actually a tearing down for the setup. A prosperous setup of good things to come. And we're gonna have tower moment after tower moment at times, but but when you realize what comes out of it, look at what came out. So I feel like whatever you just went through has you daggone out for the count. Let me see what the next one is. New beginning. What I just say? The takedown for the new beginning. So whatever you did to get through that tower moment, was made you stronger, tore down some walls, closed some cycles for the new beginning. So congratulations, you made it. You made it. I was just feeling crazy sick, headaches, body aches, throat hurt. Now, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to tell you not to seek medical attention when you need it. But when you asked me the question about that the other day, I felt like it was ascension symptoms. Okay, well, that's good. I was definitely getting the energy of ascension symptoms. Since I'm kind of doing a collective, let's see what Spirit has music-wise. Here we go with the love songs. What did you say about the question the other day? You had asked me. You were asking me about headaches. Oh, thank you. You were asking me about having a headache. And so I was getting ascension symptoms. Do we have a love reading in store? So for someone having a horse spirit guide could be significant. It says to me, positive movement forward. This is like having done the work using your spirit guides to support you in doing the work that it was that you needed to do in order, like, because initially you were standing next to the horse, walking with the horse, letting the horse guide you until you were strong enough to actually get on the horse and ride and take positive movement forward. Now you're empowered enough to start calling judgment on people, taking your power back, having that Kundalini awakening with that serpent. Coming into all the money. Straight up 10 of Pentacles. And it's time for a celebration. It's the only way we know how to buy. Okay, Cass, if you want to ask a question, just let me know you want to ask a question first before just posting it. And the reason why I do that is because I feel like when people do that in other lives. Oh, she did? Oh, okay. The reason why I do that is because I feel like when people do that in other lives, it kind of cheapens the person reading. But thank you for asking first, Cass. I apologize. Higher soul, spirit. What does Cass need to know about any love blocks? Do you do love spells? I was hearing honey jar. You don't? I really don't feel like there's any blockages. Like, I don't get the energy that anyone can do anything to you to cause you any love blockages. But let me see. Honey, they got you as the high priestess. Didn't I tell you this the other day? Were you the same person? Child. Can't nothing block a high priestess. High priestess come into this lifetime with instant return to senders. You can't, there's nothing that can block you. Child, the daggone Empress card came out. Do you know this about yourself? You must not be stepping into your power. This is a very powerful song. Like, I feel like your ancestors gave you this song. Like, they're behind you. They do have you as the Page of Cups. So you are having to learn how. My right ear started ringing when that song came on. Okay. So yes, you are starting to have to learn how to get into your Empress and High Priestess energy. You are very powerful, honey. Super powerful. Look, very fruitful, prosperous. She's got like the crown of I want to say Isis. She's got an egg in her hands, fertile. Honey. But you do have, because you're the page of cups, that does indicate that you do need to work on your heart chakra, your emotions. So like starting to do some inner child work and begin to heal your heart chakra and your emotions, getting your emotions in balance, and being grounded, because she's walking in the earth barefoot. You want to get grounded. And people try to make stepping into your power this big event, like this monumental thing, hurdle that you have to overcome. But it's really not. It's really just resting in your femininity, resting in your power, calling your power back, calling your energy back, asking your guides to assist you with remembering who you are. I'm hearing DNA activations, and those are coming in very quickly. You also got this, the Eight of Wands. So I feel like you will be getting a lot of downloads, a lot of information. I am intuitive, but haven't had the love I wanted yet. So in order for you to really have the love that you want, you definitely have to step into your power and embody your power. I'm just going to tell you, I know this may not be what you want to hear, but I was not able to have successful relationships because I had not embraced who I am and my power. And you needed to hear that. Been getting random downloads like a channel changing. Yeah. So definitely stay grounded. Definitely stay grounded. The song that just came up was Bad Moods. It's called Bad Moods, and I was just talking about regulating your emotions. The reason why, when someone is very powerful and holds a lot of power, holds a lot of like big energy, like high priestess energy, it's a lot to handle, it's a lot to manage. And so resting in your femininity and sitting in your power and being able to hold all of that power requires working on yourself, requires healing your inner child, requires doing introspection and looking at how how you were raised. What were the things that your parents did or didn't do, or your grandparents did or didn't do, for you to develop into the person that you are today? And so if you are able to identify those things, and you can meditate, and while you're meditating, I would keep like a meditation journal close by, so that when thoughts come up, you can write them down. And that's a way for you to capture your downloads, to capture the guidance that your higher self and your spirit guides are giving you. Because The lyrics is "Baby, I Need Love." Um, so with all of that being said, you have to start with you and start with focusing on cultivating the things that are within you first. Because, like, someone that carries this type of power has to be with someone very specific, very particular. It can't be a man that's jealous of your power. It can't be a man who, or I don't, I'm not saying that you are into men. But whatever type of relationship you want, the person has to be very genuinely supportive, has to not be jealous of your power and your gifts. Met a lot of men who tried to dim me. Yes, they will do that. And that's why you have to, before you can really step into the energy of having a solid relationship, you have to be solid. You have to solidly know who you are first. And that's just something that we all have to go through in the process, because that you came here for a very specific purpose, for a high calling. And when you have a high calling on your life, nothing takes precedence over your calling. The 3 cards was the High Priestess, the Empress. You got the 8 of Wands, and the Page of Cups. Yeah, the Page of Cups. So that's working on your emotions, balancing your emotions, mainly knowing who you are. That is definitely your inner child calling out to you. Because I'm going to tell you this, being a high priestess, your inner child is very mature. So even though she will appear as a child, that child will articulate and be able to give you wisdom of the ages. My inner child supports me more than I have to support her. Real talk. A lot of people will say, okay, this resonates deeply. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. But this is for anybody listening too. When you carry that much power, your inner child has so much wisdom and so much power that my inner child holds my hand all the time, and she's like, I got you. No worries. Because a lot of people will say that you have to parent your inner child and nurture your inner child. And there is a time for that. And there is, it's nothing wrong with that. But, it's nothing wrong with that. But that's why when you get to know your inner child through meditation, then she can tell you what she needs. She can tell you what she can do for you. Your life path 33. Okay, so yeah, that's ascended master, child. So yes, you definitely need to get serious about doing your inner work. Look, if you book. if you booked by Crime Mob. So somebody's spirit team is like, I wish they would mess with my baby. You are highly protected. Spirit said, this is what y'all's enemy is looking like. While you out here as the Hierophant, the Magician, and with the Eight of Pentacles. So you in your bag, you transmuting all of this. So you in your bag, you transmuting all of that energy that's being sent by the ops. And straight up standing in your power, standing on business. Okay. With all kinds of new beginnings. That's a shame. Why folks want to do that? Man. Folks just out here looking pitiful. Because like I said, when you are a powerful spiritual being, you have come here for a divine purpose, for a high calling. You have an instant return to sender. So when folks try to mess with you, it's nothing. And now we got the song Samurai. Baby, let me tell you something. A little battle rise for you.
Life singing by the opera house, but not in it. Just by it, someone alongside it. A long silence, strong vibrant meditative song of guidance designed to raise islands of climb and save the silence with warm regards and age kindness for today's climate in the vein. The gang violence meets the gangs, the mindset. Bangs, rises like wings on a plane, plus a pilot who can fly into the eye. Hurricane, Irish stylish, same shoe in different sizes, with evidences of the mileage and the growth. Top hats and coats, tuxedos and throats where the bow ties post.
And look, we got the song Samurai and the Knight of Swords came out.
Not the glamour or the galatize. Man, I'm more alive with the jazz guys eating piano pies at the Vanguard. She's an artist and staff. A couple dollars in the past. Man, I'm more alive with the jazz guys eating piano pies at the Vanguard. She's an artist and staff. A couple dollars in the band job as a half a turkey Sam organic and it's hand carved and all.
Charging forward.
Freshly laugh for singing jazz in the streets. And the staff asked for praise.
Taking out anybody that's in the way.
Home is a raft on the beach. Lit a fag, took a drag, took a tea.
That horsepower ain't nothing to play with.
I like to welcome everybody out. Yeah. To the samurai, samurai. To the samurai.
And look, this could be a representative of a samurai as well. The death. And all the death means is a closing of a cycle. Straight up. Being a bridge. Being a bridge from the what am I trying to say? Between the spirit realm and the human realm, the earthly realm. And the song on now is Intuition. And we got the Empress card that came out again. And the sun. It doesn't get much brighter than the sun. The sun is life-giving. I feel like this is connected to your mother. Because I was getting the sun and sunflowers for her. And being that you're very powerful, I'm sure she carried that same power. The fight is over. And this right here says to me that I won the damn fight. Because if I'm leaving with all the wands, I'm leaving with all the wands. Baby. This Empress, she definitely did. She was into spirituality. Okay, Yemiya. Okay. Yes, I'm gonna give her that sunflower. That's what's up. And she has a radio next to her. And this is growth, creativity, creation, cultivation. That crown on her head is the intuition. Sitting on her throne in her power. Child. And I believe these are pomegranates. Oh my goodness. Prosperity. She's got her her purple pillow for royalty with the femininity sign. Resting in her femininity. Sitting in her power. Yes, me too. That's always been my favorite color. And all the like the variations of purple, like the purple spectrum, those are pretty too. Anybody have a question? Thank you for the gifts. Okay, Tasha, what's your question? Please like the live. Thank you for 15K likes. Huh? Yes, boy. Yes, boo. Thank you for the gifts. Okay, higher self spirit will Tasha be moving to a new place soon. Yeah. And yeah, get fish. Look fish. Bless you. Were you thinking about moving in with someone? Because the song is Stay With Me for a little while, and then this Harmony card came out. No, it's okay. So I'm not sure why Spirit is taking this in this direction. Um, but you got the Choose Wisely base chakra, and then Disruption. Let me get some clarification. So if you're not in a relationship now, I would say be very cautious about anybody coming into your life. Because you got Choose Wisely, Disruption, and base chakra. So I would encourage you to do some grounding, some root chakra healing. Spirit, what does she need to know about moving to a new place? Have you been having problems with some friends? Or people that you've been associated with? Yes. Okay, because there's definitely... Because the song is Real Friends. You got the Five of Swords. You got, and like I said, Choose Wisely, Disruption. Real friends. I guess I get what I deserve, don't I? Word on the streets if they ain't heard from them. I guess I get what I deserve, don't I? Talk down on my name, throw dirt on them. Spirit, I still need some clarification on when you make it to the top, don't stop, keep on. It's like the energy is almost like I'm trying to like formulate my words properly. Because I'm just gonna say the energy is like you're not ready to move on your own. Um, and it may be like I feel like it could be because of finances. Um, but the energy is just like you're not ready to move on your own yet. Does that resonate? Okay, yes. Yeah, because it's like the energy is like you're not in dire straits. You don't have to move, you just want to move. And but if you move, it's just not the right time, not the right circumstances financially. It's just more of like something you want to do. And where you are may not be the most convenient, but like it's not time. So let me know if that makes sense, if that resonates. Okay, it does. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Okay. When music was really good music. I keep dropping these cars. I swear, as much as I dread like the crow's feet and the bags under the eyes and all and the smile lines and stuff, we grew up in the best era, hands down, hands down. Okay. Yes, timeless music. Now, I don't know if this maybe somebody is watching from outside the live because I really don't feel like the person, anyone inside the live is in this energy. But we've got mental conflict, temptation, trapped in loss. I feel like this is related to a man being just or somebody in a relationship that couldn't get it together and now they just stuck in mental conflict. Maybe because of some temptation, being trapped in fear. A lot of times, being trapped in fear will cause people to mess up a relationship. And the song is That's All Done With Now. And this crown chakra, whoever this person was dealing with, is very intuitive and can see right through the BS and is moving on, charging forward, holding the red flag that fool was lifting up with all of this craziness. Red flags everywhere. That's a lot. That's a lot. Honey. Because that energy changed right quick. That's why I said somebody must be watching from outside the live that needed to hear that. Because, honey, I don't know where that came from. Red flag all day. That's something I would do. See them red flags, snatch it, and daggone ride off into the sunset with it, okay? I ain't got time. She said building a wall so tall that it turned into a prison, protecting my feelings. Yeah, somebody is in deep regret about messing up a relationship. So if somebody was wondering what their ex was going through, there you go. And we got the movement, choices, and decisions. Good. I'm glad you like the music. I have so much random music on this playlist. I do that on purpose because I like for Spirit to control the music with the cards. And we got Trapped in Fear again. And now we got Don't Waste My Time. Lord, I can't make this up.
Y'all know what this is. My mind was free. I'm glad you leave.
It's okay.
Could've loved in the end, maybe you knew. In a rush, we been at it with the time.
And look, partnership and alliance came out in the reverse. And stand your ground. So somebody going through with some relationship. Oh, you had the biggest crush on Usher? Yeah, me too. Now, as long as he wasn't a part of that Diddy stuff, I still have a crush on him. But I'm like, I had a crush on Usher and what's his name from Philly? Meek Mill. And I'm like, wait a minute. I know y'all ain't damn been into the diddler. Come on. I hope he wasn't. Yeah. All right, let me get out of this energy because this is just somebody having a bunch of strife. The diddler, did he do it? Did he do it? That daggone, what's his name? Boosie is a fool. Boosie said he didn't do nothing, he a freak. He said he is a freak. Okay, Lily, I usually ask for people to let me know you have a question before you ask. But I'm assuming you just got in. Woo. So, Cassie, is that Cassie? No, what's your name? Yes, I have never did this before, my bad. Okay, no problem, Lily. Now that's a loaded question, Lily, because I'm just gonna explain to you about soulmates. I have met many soulmates in just this lifetime. And so you can have many soulmates. My daughter is one of my soulmates. So it doesn't matter about gender or anything like that. Twin flame is a little bit different. But people try to glorify twin flame relationships, and really twin flames is nothing to be played with. Okay. I definitely feel like Puppy is one of my soulmates, for sure. So I would ask that you ask a more specific question. Will I find a partner is what I would like to know. Okay. And we talking about Puppy being my soulmate, and the song Spacebound by Eminem is on. I got a hole in my heart with some kind of emotional roller coaster. The song is said, I am a space-bound rocket ship and your heart is the moon. So I would say that's a yes. Let me see what card comes out. So the card is allowing radical acceptance, says yes to reality in any given moment to what's needed, so what's needed can come next. So you have to be allowing for it to come. The energy that I get from you is that you're not really ready for a relationship. The energy is like you need to do some work, some inner work. Let me know if that resonates. I mean, we all have to do inner work, but I mean, like, as far as being able to have a healthy relationship. Excuse me. Oh, she left. Oh, so that does resonate. Yeah, if you've had like struggle with relationships and you're not taking the time to do some introspection and figure out what you can do better for the next relationship, that's going to continue to hinder your relationships. One thing that I feel like, thank you for the follow. One thing that I feel like Spirit is saying is that you're not really clear on what you want. And so like that comes from not really being clear on who you are, like what you think of yourself. I'm hearing believing in yourself, trusting in yourself. So let me know what if that resonates. Joy, I asked that you would ask to have a question answered before you just ask the question. Yeah, I was. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I was in a 12-year marriage. He cheated with my daughter. Oh, Lordy. That's a lot to heal from. Oh, yeah. Okay, Joy, just a second. I was still answering Lily's question. And that was 3 years ago. Yeah, that's a lot. That's very heavy. That is a lot of betrayal. That is a lot to heal from. And so that definitely has to be mended. Definitely has to be mended before you can really enjoy another relationship. Ciao. Let me see if Spirit has any guidance around that. So what Spirit is saying is that you need to do some healing, some womb healing, root chakra healing, because, and I'm hearing solar plexus, because for your daughter to, I'm getting, the energy I get is that your daughter was of age, like it wasn't like a molestation situation. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the energy I get is that she was old enough to know better. And so because of the connection to you, because of like her having been in your womb space, there is some real deep healing that needs to occur in your womb space. Yes, she was 19. Okay. So there is a lot of deep healing that needs to take place in your womb. And Spirit is saying that you are not obligated to have a relationship with her because she is your daughter. Of course, there's opportunity to mend anything when healing takes place. But I get the energy that maybe you're kind of torn because, we look at our children as like, okay, she's 19, but she's like kind of an adult, but legally, but she's not really an adult. She still thinks like a child and things like that. But she was old enough to know right from wrong, and that's not okay. And that comes from her not doing the necessary work in her root chakra. Yeah. So I would definitely, like, you need to focus on healing you and not even be concerned about that relationship. I know that may sound bad. I'm a mother, and I had to disconnect from my oldest son for a little bit in order for me to heal myself and in turn heal him. When you heal yourself as a parent, regardless of what y'all's relationship looks like, when you heal yourself, it in turn heals your bloodline, which means healing your children. She has a lot of imbalances and healing that she needs in that same area. And so that's why she was in a more vulnerable state for any of that to transpire. And so the more that you focus on your healing, the more that you just heal yourself and just make yourself a priority. And like, even though me and like all three of my children have had time periods where our relationship was strained, I never wished any harm on them. I wish the best for them, but at the same time, I was like, fuck them kids. Because when you about to lose your mind behind being a parent, that's where the fucking buck stops for me. Unequivocally. Right, that's how I am now. Yeah. And we're not talking about 2-year-olds that need your love and care and are neglected if you don't. We talking about grown-ass people who can make decisions for themselves. And and if my kids, I tell my kids as well, I'm like, if you feel like I'm toxic and I'm doing something to negatively affect your mental and emotional well-being, you have every right to cut me off and say, fuck me too. Like, my goal is to not be like that toward my kids at all. But if there's anything I'm doing, they have every right to set boundaries and every right to cut me off. And until I was able to say fuck them kids, I was in turmoil. And the only way that you're going to be able to heal yourself is to pull yourself out of the turmoil. And if that's how you got to do it, that's how you got to do it. And like I said, it doesn't mean, saying that doesn't mean you mean any harm. It doesn't mean that you don't wish the best for them. Because I always want my kids to be better than me. I want them to have more success than me. I want them to be happy. I want them to be healthy. I want all of that for them genuinely. Because I realized that I was a vessel for a being to come into this realm from the spirit realm. So they're not mine. They don't belong to me. They belong to the divine. And they have their own journey in this lifetime. They have their own purposes in this lifetime. And who am I to hinder any of that? And whatever karma they gotta work out, whatever karma your daughter gotta work out because of what happened, that is totally on her. But you can't control anything that happens between the two of them, but what you can control is your healing and your restoration. And my whole thing is, I mean, it's not about vindication or like, ha ha ha, you know, look at me. But I've always said the best way to rectify my life is through my glow up. I'm not about to be sitting around here eating daggone dozens of donuts and daggone out here looking like life has beat me up because of what other people have done. Yeah, I've forgotten them, but we don't talk. Oh, you forgave them, but we don't talk. Child, for me, it goes beyond the whole forgiveness thing. Right. And look, I ate half a donut earlier. It was half of one. But no, like we can. I'm not saying that you haven't forgiven them, but we can say we have forgiven them. But until you have actually healed those parts of you, that it plagues you. If you have a test of whether you have forgiven somebody is if you can actually be in the same room with them and not cut their ass down with your eyes or have some real wild ass thoughts. It ain't healed yet. Did someone else? I think someone else had a question. If you have a question, just say that you have a question. Trish, that's more of like a paid reading. I'm just doing free questions. So if you have a specific question. Oh, Starlight, you had a question? That was Rising Roots, that Panda. Okay, April. I think, hold on. Was Starlight first? Okay. Okay, Joy. Will Joy, higher self, spirit, will Joy have more grandchildren? They're giving me an image of like Christmas time and children running around, so I would say that's a yes. Hold on, Trish. Oh, if you get, excuse me, if I answer your question, please follow. Trish, what's Kaden going through? Spirit, what does Trish need to know about Kaden? Spirit, what does Trish need to know about Kaden? I'm getting the image of some street pharmaceuticals. Let me know if that resonates. The thing is, I don't know anything. Okay, so is that because I'm not necessarily getting the energy of this person taking the street pharmaceuticals, but dealing. And that may be too much for you to really reply to publicly. Is there because like if there's been some like change in behavior, demeanor, secrecy, I feel like that could be a strong possibility why. So Trish, does that resonate as far as like a change in behavior, secrecy? having just a different, like a different demeanor. Is Trish still here? Oh, she's not here? Okay. Alright, so April, will I have the strength to leave him? Higher self spirit, what does April need to know? I'm definitely getting the image of you picking up a bag and walking out the door. So I would definitely say that's a yes. Let me see what card they pull out. And the song is saying, "Baby, I'm begging." Does he have a tendency to get emotional and like cry and beg when he thinks you about to leave? Are you still here? He just somehow convinces me not to. Yeah. This is the card that came out. So I would definitely say this is confirmation that you will have the emotional stability to leave. This is like you going to dinner or lunch or brunch with your girlfriends and y'all toasting to the new life. And like, girl, congratulations for leaving him, sis. We've been waiting on you. Let's toast to the new man that's coming. And this came out as well, having choices, infinite possibilities, moving forward. And this was in the reverse. So no more stagnancy, no more staying where you are, no more like, not moving forward, not stuck in your thoughts, no more being laying down and letting him convince you not to leave. So yes. And it says, when I say I love you, baby, don't go. Child, my spirit team don't be playing. If I did wrong, I'm sorry. Thank Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's just hard because I had such big high hopes, but it wasn't meant to be. Yeah. And it's okay. Like I've been through that many a times. But let me tell you something, when you know who you are and you can truly, truly say that that person is going to be in regret for losing you, like no delulu about it. Hi, goddess. Um, like when you have truly healed and not, we all have room to heal more. But when you have truly healed enough to know who you are and know your power and know your value and your worth, you can confidently rest assured that that person is going to be in regret. Like it's going to be hard to replace you. That's a good place to be. And you can't be like that if you wreaking havoc on the relationship. I don't get that energy from you at all. Looking for you and other people. Uh-huh. Exactly. Correct. I know he will feel it yes, he will. Child, them cards that I pulled earlier might have been him and you. I put my lives on YouTube, and so my YouTube is Divine Life by Design. If you want to go back and look at the recording, because I have pulled some cards and it was like energy has shifted in the room right quick, and it was about a man being in deep regret for somebody over a relationship that he messed up. Hi, Darian. Thank you for the follow. Yes, child. Okay, so yeah, if that resonates for you, that message was for both of y'all, honey. Hi, Lady Kim. You're welcome. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. Or no, that was that April? I just said that. Let me know if. Just don't put your question in the comments. Just let me know if you have a question that you would like answered. I can, Darian. What's your question? Will me and Ziana B be in a relationship? Will Darian and Ziana B be in a relationship? So this song is saying, let me show you how I feel for you. Kind of like begging. So are you having to, is this person like not matching your energy where you're having to like put all the effort forward and it's not really being reciprocated? Darian, are you still there? I wouldn't say that she's been hurt before we met. Darian. Are you making excuses for her behavior? That's what it sounds like. And Spirit ain't having it. Right, eternal life, because you done got that look a couple times. Oh, Darian, but don't let me put my mama voice on. Darian Jonquil. I done made up a whole middle name. You said no? Okay. Hold on, let me see. Let me see what cards come out. Well, you got the Ten of Cups and the Lovers. And the Three of Pentacles working together. And the song is Feel So Real and My Mind Won't Let Go. Okay. But don't let me call you Javar. So. It says, I'm ready for love. So, Darian, I would say that it's looking up as far as the future. But the energy that she's in right now, baby, you going to have to work. You going to have to do some work. So just be prepared. But based on you having the Ten of Cups and the Lover's card, I would say that it will be fulfilling if you can get past whatever hurt that she's dealing with currently. As a spirit guide, I'm not feeling it right this moment. Because I definitely get the energy that you're going to have to do some work. Like, y'all going to have to go down and through a little bit before it gets to the Ten of Cups. For you, I'll be true. And it will be the same. And on like this, love will surely grow. Don't let it go. Well, there's your answer. Hey. They said what they said. Thank you for trusting me with your energy. If you have a, sorry about that, my Wi-Fi was there. Well, you got the Ten of Cups. Did you hear what I was saying about that? You got the Ten of Cups and the Lover's card. So I was saying that it probably it will take some work for sure. Because you said she was hurt, and the energy I was getting was that, like, the energy right this moment felt like unrequited love, like not reciprocating the energy you're putting forward. But because you got the Ten of Cups and the Lovers, um, that would be future energy if you stick it out. So I think Spirit is saying that even though you may have to go down and through the trenches with her a little bit, that ultimately it'll be worth you sticking it out. And that was kind of what I was talking about earlier with twin flame relationships. Twin flame relationships are not for the faint of heart. They will take you down and through there. And a lot of times, like, it's called twin flame because you're mirroring each other. So like the things that she's showing you about her, like her hurt places, are giving you a snapshot into parts of you that need to be healed as well. So the flame part, Spirit is saying, is like you all looking at each other and burning those parts away, like burning the hard parts of each other away, or the dark parts of each other away, or bringing light. That's what Spirit is saying, bringing light to the darkness in each of you. So I encourage you to look at like whatever hurt, pain that she's going through and expressing, and taking a hard look at yourself. Thank you for the follow. Take a hard look at yourself and determine, you know, like what you need to be working on as well. You being a good boy? Boy, oh, you being a good boy. Oh, oh, good boy. Oh, 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 ah. Does anyone else have a core? Say hi, Miss Cass. Say hi, Miss Cass. Choo, 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 choo. Why you be acting like you don't want to look in the camera? Ooh. Now we got My First Love by Avant. Oh my God. Featuring Kiki Wyatt. And we all know Kiki is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. For real. He's like, all right with all the bouncy, bouncy. Okay, Cass, what's your question? Me and my younger brother dream linked. We sometimes have dreams that are similar. Alright, so Spirit, what does Cass need to know about her and her brother's dream? So I'm hearing Lyran Starseed, and I feel like the dreams that you all are having are connected to a past life. So have you ever been told you're a Lyran Starseed? Okay, I would suggest you look that up. Star seeds are basically like your energy. Star seed. Lyren. Star seed. Yeah. And I feel like the dreams are connected to you both being star seeds and in past life. Excuse me. And this song that just came on is called Skywalker. And then he says, I'm Luke Skywalking on these haters. So this is one of the cards that came out, the Seven of Wands, but Spirit was guiding me to like the starburst coming out of her head, which is confirmation of being a starseed. And then they brought my attention to this. And you see she has, it's a pentacle, but she has a star on top of her head. Right. Having downloads. And the Empress card came out too. And she has a whole crown of stars. So, yeah. Tapped all the way in, honey. And the song is Don't Sleep, You Gotta Stay Up. Child, I can't even make it up. Their adventure dream. And this came out too. That looks like adventure to me. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up. Ah, excuse me. Lift off, we in the clouds now. Let me see what the collective needs to know. You're welcome. Do you have Leo in your chart, like prominent Leo, like your like a Leo moon? Like one of your big three is Leo? Oh, you don't? Okay. It could be your north node or your south node. What's your questions? What's your questions out here? Okay, without good. Sahir and Shannon Twin Flame. So Zahir, the song is Knocking the Boots. Can you say that Shannon has more than that to really offer? Let me change this music because I'm getting some mixed messages here. Ultimately, Zahir, I feel like your spirit guides are saying they want you to start using your intuition. Um, Cause I get that it can be challenging to read yourself, and you kind of want confirmation, but I really feel like your spirit guides want you to tap into your own power, your own energy. um Use your own intuition, because like there's something about her that I'm not like, the energy is not the greatest. um I almost feel like she's draining you of your energy, or like um I get the energy that y'all are in separation. Are y'all in separation right now? We together. We did have a little fallout. Okay. But the energy is that she relies heavily on your energy. Um, Kind of like a codependent, more like an unhealthy reliance on your energy. To the point where it's like you're like unknowingly giving her a lot of your energy. And so let me know if that resonates. You felt that before. Cause let me just say this. I'm heading off to bed. Good night. Okay, good night. Thank you for helping out. Thank you. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for the gifts. So yeah, so let me just say this. I think there's a couple of misconceptions about twin flames and soulmates. A lot of the misconception is like, once I've met my twin flame, we are destined to be together. That's the only person I'm supposed to be with, so we gotta work it out no matter what. we're always going to be together no matter what. That's not necessarily what that means. It can most definitely work out. It can definitely end up being a prosperous relationship, but it's not like you're not required to be with or stay with a twin flame or a soulmate or anything like that. And so not sure where you are with that, Zahir, but I just want to say that in general, for like anyone who's watching or watches this at a later time, I have met reincarnated deities that couldn't get their shit together. So, you know, like, I could easily be like, that's who I'm supposed to be with. Nobody else. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to, you know, no matter what the situation is. But when people don't know who they are, and I feel like she does not know who she is. Like, I feel like from a spiritual perspective, you know who she is more than she knows who she is. And it's not your job to teach her who she is. I feel like she definitely like she's very powerful in her own right. But like trying to be that person that helps her to like get to the point where she realizes who she is and her power, that's definitely not your responsibility. So let me know if any of that resonates. Okay, get it. And it does, because she hasn't fully stepped into her power. I still feel like I learned a lot from her. I'm not saying that like the relationship is trash and that you can't, like, I don't get anything terrible from her. Like I don't get that she's like intentionally doing anything harmful. But when someone is vamping essentially off of your energy, whether she realizes that's what she's doing or not, like, you really have to protect your energy and set boundaries. So I'm not saying that, you know, just don't be with her and, you know, break up with her now. Like, that's not the advice at all. But the energy is that you just have to really, I would just say, set boundaries and protect your energy. Because and I'm not, this is no shade to you at all, because trust me, I watch an ungodly amount of readings on this app. I have paid good money for a bunch of readings on this app, even to this day. So don't take this the wrong way. But you both are mirroring each other, because the way that you're like trying to rely on me to ask questions of spirit, Like, you're just as powerful. You are just as capable. Your intuition is just as strong. So there's no reason why you should be asking me the questions that you have access to yourself. And so, in essence, you all are mirroring each other. You are learning from each other. In regard to everything like we've talked about with regard to twin flames, essentially, yes, you both are like kindred spirits. You all are mirroring each other. No, I'm not telling you to apologize everything. And I thank you because I know you know who I am. Well, and you don't have to apologize. I'm here to like do this for people. This is like me giving back to others. And because I know that in a very short time, I'm not going to be accessible like this. I'm just not. I'm going to have a lot going on. And that's not me being like braggadocious or boastful or delulu or anything like that. Like, I just know in my spirit that I am going to be in a place very soon where I'm just not going to be able to, pour myself into people that have questions like this. And so that's why I'm using this as an opportunity to pour into others and to also edify myself, to learn more about myself. Because like I had posted a video where I was talking about readers 90 to 95, if not more, percent of the time. What are you doing, Onyx? What are you doing? Readers are reading themselves the majority of the time. And so me talking to you like this is basically me talking to myself like this. Hey, cut it out. I don't know what you ate, but cut it out. But me talking to you like this is basically like talking to myself, because when you are ready to step into your power, then you won't have. Hey, what are you doing? Stop. Sorry about that. Somebody don't want this message to get out. When you have stepped into your power, then you have I really don't be knowing what holds you back. It's a lot of different things. Like it's a lot. I didn't realize that I had these gifts until maybe like 3-4 years ago, and it all like came rushing in at one time. And then because I didn't know initially I had these gifts for a while, it felt like I couldn't really tap in. And so, but it's so true, because I feel I need to tap more into my intuition and what I already know. Right. There's a lot that goes into it, because when you have that much, it can be overwhelming, and it can get to the point where you just like, I don't want to, like, it's hard for me to manage it all. It's hard for me to figure it out. So, like, I just need somebody else to help me and tell me, that type of thing. And to a large degree, I still feel like that. I still go through that, because, like, my higher self touches my back, on the back of my shoulder. And I know that in certain instances, I can ask a question and say, please touch my back if this, and this. And then she'll touch my back. Or she won't. Sometimes I'll ask something and then she just won't touch my back. But I know that she's doing it because she's like, use your intuition. You can hear me. So, like, what I'm hearing for you is that when you talk to yourself, you are channeling your higher self. So, like, sometimes I'll get up in the morning and I'll just be, like, talking to myself as I'm getting ready, talking through things from work, talking through, like, relationship things, talking through, like, my mom passed away recently, so, like, talking through that, talking through issues with my family. And so, yeah, as you're talking to yourself, you are channeling your higher self. So when you begin to, like, realize that when you're talking out loud, it's not for nothing. Like, you are being given all of the information that you need. And again, like, my higher self knows that I'm still gonna pay for a reading every now and then, just as confirmation, just to get some additional insight, because I don't ever want my ego to be telling me something versus, what I'm really supposed to be hearing. And my higher self be like, you hear everything. They have to hide stuff from me, because I hear, see, and just know all things. It's the self-doubt that keeps us from fully trusting. Absolutely. And that's why it's so important to get to a place where you can trust yourself, know yourself. Like, until, like, I trust my spirit team with everything. Like, when I get on a plane, I don't ever worry, because I have a league of angels and a pantheon of gods that hold that plane in the air. And, like, those are the things that you should be reminding yourself of. Like, it's not delusion. It's not you lying to yourself. When you have thoughts like that, when you get downloads like that, that is your spirit team. We don't just have random thoughts. We just don't. Like, when you hear something like, just being divinely guided and protected, it's like money is coming. Kind of felt the dilute side, but it's not. Yeah. And that's the thing, like, when you really meditate, and I can honestly say that I meditate, but I don't, like, I'm not really disciplined with it yet. But when you really get into a disciplined regimen of meditating, and not, when thoughts come to you, that's to letting you know. You're welcome. You're welcome, Cass. When thoughts come to you during meditation, it's not a time to be frustrated. That's why I said a meditation journal is helpful, because the thoughts that come to you in meditation are what is, you're basically your spirit telling you what it is that you need to either remove, heal, and identify for, to work on. And your spirit guides are just waiting for you to ask for their assistance. I'm glad that you receive everything I'm saying. That's what I'm here for. But yeah, your spirit guides are always here to help you. They're always ready and willing to assist you. And a lot of times people struggle with the healing process because they feel like it's this monumental thing that they have to overcome. But a lot of times it's just a matter of giving your spirit guides permission to work on your behalf. And that's it. And they're just waiting for you to give them permission. They're waiting for you to trust them. Because that's one of the biggest things about faith. Because a lot of times, like everybody can't visually see or audibly hear or whatever the case may be. I already know that if they allow me to see visually with my eyes, with my human eyes, everything that is transpiring around me every single second of every minute of every day, I would be so overwhelmed. Because we're talking about angels, we're talking about protection, we're talking about soldiers, we're talking about legions of ancestors. Like when you hold that much power, you have an immense amount of people, energies, just engulfing you at all times. You would not be able to live a human existence if you understood the amount of energy it takes to maintain you in this realm. Because for some of us, these vessels are not capable of housing our energy. Because when you have big energy, your vessel is not equipped. Yeah. It can definitely make you tired. Yeah. Because, like, I'll give you an example. My higher self is so huge that everybody who has seen her, I haven't actually seen her visually, but everybody who has seen her says that, like, sitting down, This is where her calf is right here. Just her calf area. So, and that energy is like in my body, but not in my body. I'm only 5'2". So, like, if you can imagine how massive your energy is, and then in this little body, this little vessel, like, there's just, and that's why, so that brings me to another point. That's why, like, if when you are considered like the black sheep of the family, when it seems like people are turned off by your energy, or off put, or like repelled, or like just don't really vibe with you and don't even know you, like just don't like you off of just the strength of you, who you are, you know what I'm saying? Like, when that type of thing happens to you, you know that you have very big energy. And that is like, you just can't help it. Well, I mean, I don't know. I could say haters gonna hate, but I don't. When it comes to energy, and when it comes to how people perceive energy, they don't even know why they're doing what they're doing. They don't understand why they're perceiving the energy the way they are. But when you're someone who carries that much power and is light, when you have light beings surrounding you, like angelic light beings, that triggers the hell out of people. And they don't even know, they have no clue why. But visually, they can be like, I don't like her. She thinks she all that because she light skinned. And she thinks she all that because she got good hair. And she think, so like from hey Bree, from like a human perspective, the only thing that they can interpret and attach to is like, yeah, like from a hater perspective, or like jealousy, or like she just rubs me the wrong way, like I don't like her energy. So that's all that they can really perceive. And so like, to me, a hater is someone who sees me and knows who I am from a spiritual perspective, but still is like, I want what she got, but I don't want to do the work to get it. I want what she want, but I want what she has, but I don't want to have to live all the lifetimes that she lived and have to go through all the trenches that she went through to be able to have that energy. Those are the true haters. Somebody that's just oblivious and, doesn't even understand what they're experiencing. I've had family try to tease me and want me to stay quiet. Exactly. And that's what people will do. They will definitely try to diminish you. Bree, I can answer a specific question. Do you have a specific question? But But yeah, so like I just thank God that I came into this life with the type of protection that has sustained me. And the reason why I came into this life with so much protection is because of how many times in past lives I was unalived. Like in so many different ways. Like so much treachery that I've had to experience. Okay, good. Experiencing the totality of the universe in a meat suit, exactly. Well, everything turned out okay in the end with the court case. And it's only Wednesday. Spirit, what does Bree need to know about the court case and the outcome? Bree, is this like a family law case? Like custody type situation? You two's out here. Have a good night. I'm getting the energy that it's not going to like be exactly how you want it to look as far as the details, but it's not going to be like a traumatic loss or anything like that. Like it's not necessarily going to be like, it'll definitely look like a loss maybe, but it's more like the energy of losing the battle but winning the war. That's what I'm hearing. So I don't think that, like I said, I don't get that it's going to be anything like traumatic. But it's just the details may not be exactly how you want it to be or how you think it should be. But I feel like it's a setup for winning in a bigger way. Like sometimes we do have to lose the battle in order to win the war. And like the opposing party looks at it like a victory, and like, you know, you know, I got what I wanted, but ultimately you're going to prevail in the long run. You're welcome. I've had to go through a couple of those situations, custody wise, divorce wise, where I had to take a L on some battles, but I'm definitely winning the war. The scales of justice will always come into balance. Yes, that makes so much sense. And definitely feel like that would apply with how the other person is. Okay. Yeah. And, you know, sometimes spirit wants them to get a little cocky and feel like they've won, and they somehow have favor and power over the situation and you, but really it's just a setup. Straight up. A setup for you to be on the prevailing end of it all at the end. Yeah, that's, to me, that's the worst kind of setup. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely need to focus on the long, you know, it's like a marathon and not a sprint. So just keep your eyes focused on the long game. Because it's chess. I'm hearing it's chess, not checkers. And so, people really, like, when people get cocky, they really get comfortable and start doing things that will, like, so basically the analogy that they're giving me is like similar to manifestation. Like, if you start manifesting exactly what it is that you want now, like, it may not look like that for a while, but you're doing now what is going to benefit you later. Whereas this person is being set up to think that what they have accomplished now is the end all be all. And that's never the case. And, you know, it's almost like somebody's head getting so big that it just pops. So I'm glad that helped you. I'm about to get off of here, y'all. I hope the child will be okay in the end. He's very sensitive. You need to be working with your spirit guides and with spirit and your higher self with regard to your child, because, you know, like, I went through a situation where I was made out to be the bad guy for years. But when your child gets old enough to understand, regardless of what has transpired in the interim, that's, you know, and they realize that they've been lied to and manipulated and deceived, that's how I mean that the scales of justice will always be balanced. But it is you can't control anything outside of yourself But you can control your healing. You can control how you react to things. And you can control the level of information that you give the child. With my children, no matter what, I wasn't talking badly about their dad. I wasn't dragging him. I wasn't giving them information that a child should not be privy to. I was doing the exact opposite of what their father was doing. And sometimes it takes them becoming adults. It takes them having their own children to understand what's real and what's not. And I had stressed myself out so much for so long and wanted to just check out of here. And my children were like just treating me horribly, reacting to me horribly, but I remained the same. And I did not waver. I did not try to do anything vindictive or hateful, regardless of how I was being treated, regardless of how I was being portrayed. And that was the best thing that I could have possibly done. And I had to get to the point where it didn't matter how long it took for me to get my children and me and my children's relationship back on track. And when you get to that point in your life, that makes the stress less. It helps you to push through any circumstance or situation that's surrounding it. It helps you to not beat yourself up about the situation. It helps you to not regret the decisions that you made, because everything happens for a reason. Everything is in divine order. Everything is in divine timing. And when I started having childlike faith in the divine, my whole world changed. And that's what it's all about. It takes a lot of strength. Yes, it does. It does. Because there was so many times when I wanted to like blast off. I feel like I spent so much time trying to prepare for the next move in this journey. Yeah. Like I said, all you can do, and the thing is that I've had bootleg attorneys. I've had situations like when I got divorced, I couldn't afford an attorney because I was a stay-at-home mom. And so I've had to take the short end of the stick so many times. But it doesn't even matter. The divine always worked things out in my favor. And, it sometimes took years. And if I had spent all those years being mad, hateful, resentful, that's what causes dis-ease in the body. If I was harboring guilt, harboring resentment, constantly ruminating over the situation and all of those things, I would have made myself ill. And ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. So I hope that helped you. And I'm about to hop on off of here. Nobody got time for that. Because do you know what that does? It doesn't do anything but just solidifies what the opposing party has to say about you. you know, if my ex was like, she's crazy, she's, bitter, she's, this, she's that, and then I fed into all of that by acting crazy, by turning up, by, losing my shit every 5 minutes, I wasn't going to give him any of that satisfaction. Not one day. And this car was stuck in here in like this, where the rest of the deck is here, and this car was stuck in here. So this is for you. Victory and success. It doesn't get much better than that. So go forward and prosper. Is that what they say on Star Trek? May the force be with you. All of that. All right, y'all. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for hanging out. You're welcome. All right, y'all have a good night.